Alrighty, hi friends, and welcome to another edition of the latest edition, where I present to you the latest edition of the Big Issue. So just out yesterday is edition number 743, titled "For the Love of the Game," and it's about the main codes of football. So like you got soccer, rugby, and AFL. Let's get into it. So as you can see, we've got our usual contents page and staffing list. We've got our editorials letter as usual and the story behind the big issue. Then we've got our meet our vendor for this edition, who is Kellee, who sells in Perth at the Hay Street Mall and the Arts Bridge. So if you're in the area, pop on by, say hello, and get a copy of the big issue. So here we have, sorry it's a bit windy. Here we have street sheets, and where we actually say goodbye, farewell to one of the, I think he was in Melbourne, to be honest, vendor for, I could be wrong on that one, but Sydney, sorry, Gary G. It's always a bit sad. Then we've got our hearsay and our trivia as well. And then we've got the usual My Word section as well. Alright, and here we also have a section about, as it being a football theme, a bit about the street socceroos, which is cool. So I suppose some of you might be aware of the street soccer that the Big Issue run, get on board behind them. Alrighty, so now we're up to our cover story about the football, and so here we have several people talking about the teams that they go for and just a bit behind it. So to start off, we have Tim Winton, who I think from memory he's an author. He speaks about going for Fremantle in the AFL. We also have James Colley, who I can't even figure out what team that is. Must be rugby. I can't figure that team out, to be honest. And we also have Helen Garner, who talks about going for the Western Bulldogs in the AFL. We've also got Brendan Cowell, actor Brendan Cowell, who talks about his support for the Cronulla Sharks in the rugby. Also, Tim Rogers speaks about his support for the for North Melbourne Kangaroos in the AFL, and one of our vendors, Stephen B, who speaks about going for the Richmond Football Club. And that was all our feature article. Seems to be a lot of AFL, not much soccer, but I suppose the Socceroos make up for that one. And in a letter to my younger self, Katrina Gorry. She's the one that writes the letter to the younger self this edition, so that's sort of worth a good read. And for something a bit different this edition, I'm always liking this section, the big picture. To find out a lot about different countries and stuff. And things you'd never thought that would exist. This edition we find out about these colourful ice hut things that are in Canada. So that's interesting. Definitely worth a Worth a good read there. I really like that penguin one at the top there. As usual, we have our usual contributions as well. A small screen section. Music from New Zealand band The Beths. Books section. And also our film and small screen reviews. And the music and book reviews as well. That's always interesting to find out what's new. And our public service announcement section as well. So our recipe for this edition looks actually really nice. It's for Bombay Cheese Toast. So that's interesting. Never heard of Bombay cheese before, or is it? Must be. Oh, maybe it's just because it's cheesy and from India, perhaps. But I don't know. I haven't had a decent look at it, but it just looked tasty. That's all. So yeah, that looks like something maybe I could make sometime in the future. Yeah. And we have our usual cartoon bits and puzzles. They're always fun. I always like looking at the Sudoku and the word builder. I mean, I'm not very good at them, but always worth checking them out. And our Ozzities this week is about grand final entertainment flops. So yeah, there's definitely been a few of those, but I think especially with the AFL, I can say that there's been a few good years as well. Like last year with Katy Perry was quite good, except for maybe the graphic work that they did on the TV broadcast, but that was a bit. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's the latest edition. Get on board. Yeah. Hope to see you around.